Camera roll, light check. Sound check. Intro, start on 2. 1, 2. Welcome to Nightline with your host Jerry Middleton and analyst Rick Fletcher. Nightline is filmed on the campus of Northeastern High School. Let's join Jerry and Rick in the West Wing for tonight's show.
Welcome to Nightline, where we talk about everything Northeastern. And with me today, Rick Fletcher. Rick?
Welcome back for another week. They haven't hidden your keys or letting us back in these palatial studios, Jerry, so I guess we're okay for right now.
Hey, I tell you, it took me until about a half hour ago, but I finally dried off from that football game.
Oh, it was wet. And it's if you like mud games, if you like mud football, last night was your kind of night. It was beautiful out. So we did. Obviously, we had a sectional game here at Northeastern.
Yeah.
So
I heard one of the parents yell out, "There's 4 inches of mud." I went out and measured it, and it was actually 3 7/8.
We don't want to exaggerate.
We don't want to exaggerate on the show.
But it was pretty chopped up.
Oh.
We watched that whole ball game.
Yeah.
And so, Jerry, what happens is there's been a tradition going on here at Northeastern football games that the parents, fans, and cheerleaders and the cheer block would form a fan tunnel. Okay, and that's been happening here for a while, and it's especially prevalent during last night's game and the first sectional game. So we're gonna go. We happen to get that on video, so we're gonna show that to you guys right now.
Well, I'll tell you, Rick is doing a great job with this, and so I want to start calling him our roving reporter. And so anyway, let's watch this video, and it's great.
Thank you very much. I want to welcome you to Northeastern High School for round 2 of the sectionals as your Knights take on the Centerville Bulldogs. We're sitting here in front of the fan tunnel. Hey, let's hear it, everybody, please. That's made up of cheerleaders, cheer block, parents, and pretty soon, in just a minute, you're going to see your Knights. Here they come. They're going to come right through that fan tunnel and right out onto the field. So I'm going to step out, and I'm going to let you take a look, and here they come right now. So there you have it right there, folks. The Knights are rocking and rolling, and they're ready to go. It's been raining all day, and it's raining right now. It's probably going to rain throughout the game. So we're going to report on the results of this game. You can hear the fans are ready. They're ready for it. Even though it's raining, they came out to watch. So back to you.
Well, Rick, that was great.
And we were all wet. It was raining at that point in time, but it's a lot of fun. You saw we had a lot of participation with the cheer block showed up in force, the parents were there, the cheerleaders were there, and it's just an opportunity for the kids to come out, go through the tunnel, get them fired up, now on to the game, and here we go. We had a ball game.
Great crowd on hand, by the way.
And it was bad weather too.
Yeah.
I mean, I was pleasantly surprised. They
too.
showed up on both sides, Centerville and Northeastern.
Yes.
Everybody showed up for the game.
Well, the Knights fall short, 21-0. Now that doesn't sound great, but in all reality, the Knights had a great effort last night. Great game plan.
They did. Started out again slow. All right, this was actually a tale of two halves, Jerry.
Yeah.
All right, our offense, there's no doubt about it. Partly because of the weather conditions.
Yeah.
And you got to give Centerville credit; they're a good team.
Oh yes.
They're definitely a good team. So we struggled offensively in that game. In the first half, we had our struggles on defense. The Centerville took their first possession and took it right down the field and scored. And we look up, and it wasn't very long. They were up 21-0. But after that, the Knights' defense stepped up.
Well, and Centerville got the ball down inside the 15, and the Knights held them.
Yeah. Oh, like I said, in the second half especially, it was just, 3 and out for everybody. There was no movement on any offensive series at all. So we struggled. We had to. I honestly felt if we could have just put one in the end zone, that could have opened things up a little bit for us on offense. But it was not to be. It was Centerville's night, and they took the victory 21-0.
Well, it was a great game plan.
Yeah.
To limit the amount of touches that Centerville would have the ball by running, the play clock down and snapping the ball at 2 or 3 seconds and limiting the number of touches, which I thought was a great game plan and it worked.
Yeah, it did. It definitely worked, and you knew Wes was going to come up
Yeah.
with Coach Wes Oler. He was going to come up with something. Okay, you can't just stand still and do what you did before. Okay, in the previous game, so he did, and they had some success with it last night in that ball game.
Well, and kudos to our coaching staff for the whole season.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have picked up another win here or there. You know how the ball bounces, and just
sometimes you just never know.
A play here, a play there, it changes. But I think they end up with a winning record, 6-5, I think overall, which
A lot of improvement from last year.
A lot of improvement. A lot of players stepped up. Terrell did a great job this year as quarterback.
He did a tremendous job this year. And he's coming back next year.
Damon Wilson, running back, did a good job. Ammerman on catches. He had quite a few catches last night, probably 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And so forth in the rain.
And it was wet. The conditions were not optimal for offensive football. Our strength probably, we have a good running attack, but we can augment that with our passing attack. And the conditions just did not let us get on track with that passing attack.
Well, the funny thing about it is that Centerville passes the ball more than we do.
Which surprised me.
Which last night, they probably didn't attempt.
I think they had one pass, or
I would say a half a dozen passes would be a bunch.
Yeah, they definitely kept it on the ground. Second half, toward the end of the first half into the second half, our defense basically shut them down. But again, difficulty for our offense trying to get on track.
Yeah.
But overall, congratulations to Centerville. They're moving on to the sectional championship, and I wish them nothing but the best.
And they will be hosting Cecina on Friday night at Centerville.
Yeah.
So, if you're a football fan,
go out and watch.
Go out and watch the ball game. It's $6 to get in. We'll because we do get a portion of the proceeds. All the teams that play in the sectional do get a cut. So go watch a football game, and I'll tell you what. And Cecina's a good football team. Centerville's a good football team. Should be a good game.
Should be a good ball game.
Yeah.
So. Congratulations to our seniors.
Yes.
This was their last ball game.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to try to name some of them. Maybe you can pick up Damon Wilson.
Yep.
Trace Ferris.
Yeah.
Trevor Isaacs. Who else we got, Jerry? My name's escaping me here.
I can't remember any of them, any of the other seniors that talked about. I think there was, 7 or 8?
I think we had 6 seniors.
6 seniors. And so, but everybody did a great job this year and put forth a fantastic effort.
Justin McGuffey.
Justin McGuffey.
He was a 3-year starter. Alex Mikesell.
Alex Mikesell, yeah.
He was Alex.
Yeah.
He went from a running back to a lineman. That's a tough transition, but he did it well this year.
Yes. And a lot of the kids played positions that they wasn't used to. And really, by the end of the season, they were doing a pretty good job of doing what they need to do to make things work.
Yeah, so congratulations to all the seniors. If we're missing somebody, we're sorry.
Yeah, we apologize.
We apologize, but congratulations to you guys. Set the foundation.
Yeah.
A lot of players are coming back for next year, and a lot of younger kids coming up. So hopefully good things for football in the future.
Well, if you're watching today, which would be Monday the 1st, don't forget tomorrow the 2nd, the inaugural episode of Knights of the Round Table, where we're just talking basketball with Rick and Mark Kirkhoff and Sarah Mayo and Brent Ross. And it's going to be good. You'll enjoy it. It's about a 20-25 minute segment but you'll enjoy it. So go ahead and subscribe to this channel.
Give us the thumbs
Give us
up.
the thumbs up, and we appreciate it.
Well, that was we recorded that earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's already in the can, as they say
Yep.
in this world. Okay.
Yep.
It's going to be good, Jared, because you get to talk one-on-one with the coaches. They're giving us, what they think their season's going to be like, talking about some of their players. So I'm looking forward to that coming out on the YouTube channel.
Well, and there's some funny moments in it. It's really good. And
There's always going to be a funny moment. When we do these things, we try to add a little humor into it.
Well, and speaking of girls basketball,
Their season's starting right off here.
they open Friday at Randolph Southern, 6 o'clock JV start up there, and then they'll travel on over to Muncie Central on the 9th.
And they're going to get to play in a beautiful facility, an historic facility.
Historic facility, and that's going to be great. I mean,
Sure.
the girls
Playing a 4A school in
Yep.
Muncie Central. Muncie Central has a lot of history with their basketball.
Oh, yes, a bunch of history with basketball. Then the girls' basketball will be home on the 12th and the 13th against Franklin County and LaPel, respectively. And once again, those JV games start at 6 o'clock. We'd love to have you there, but if you can't make it, the next best thing is Rick and myself on My Team Live TV.
And it's a distant second to being there. So we want you in the gym. All right, we'd love to have the gyms packed right to the hilt. Show up, support your team. We'll have a lot to say about basketball in general, but specifically girls basketball. That's going to be a work in progress, we think, this year. Hopefully they'll be better at the end of the year than they will in the beginning of the year. At least that's my opinion. They're very young this year. Very young. They've got a couple seniors, Jill Berger and Anna Drake. Anna's been out for a couple of years. She played as a freshman, and she's coming back as a senior. And I've alluded this to before, Jill Berger. I've got a basketball crush on this girl right here. She is my type of player. I absolutely love to watch her play. The effort that she gives is 110 all the time.
On the floor, diving after balls, and she just has that sense of where the ball is.
Yeah, she's around the ball all the time, so she's fun to watch. She'll be a senior leader this year on that team, so we're looking forward to girls basketball.
And just real quickly on boys basketball, they start practice on the 8th and be open. In fact, they're doing open
gyms right now.
Yeah, they're doing open gyms right now. So forth with that. So I mean, it's it's about all we have with the basketball, and just remind everybody to make sure that even if you go to the game, you get home.
You can watch the replay on YouTube.
Grab you a pizza and sit down and watch the replay on YouTube.
And you can watch a couple of old guys just having fun. That's all they're doing.
Well, now
ESPN hasn't called you yet, have they, to offer you a contract?
Well, I got a text, but I didn't look at it from them. So I don't know. We may have it someplace. We'll look.
And as always during My Team Live, we'll have our Reese's Peanut Butter Cup play of the game.
Yeah.
Everybody looks forward to that, Jerry.
Yeah.
That player of the game.
They're on the edge of their seat, waiting to see who that's going to be. And last year we were having great viewership. Of course, COVID was involved.
Right.
Which I expect a lot of people to be watching.
Yeah.
But we can do the same thing again this year. You can go to the game, go home, watch it there, and get that view.
How much are they charging this year?
I don't think there's going to be any charge this year.
Well, you can watch it for free. If you're a grandparent and you live in Florida in the wintertime, you can catch the games live. If you're a parent, you're going to be in the gym watching your kids play, or a fan, you can catch those broadcasts afterwards and just watch the replay. It's a lot of fun to watch the game again, just see what went on.
Oh yeah, because there's things you miss, and you go, oh man, I didn't know that happened. And then we're bringing up different stats and so forth, and it just helps relive the game a little bit. So it's a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. So you get that chance to watch those rebroadcasts. So we'll have a lot of basketball in our upcoming broadcasts.
A bunch.
So look for those things, but
now
we're moving on here.
Now,
we have a special event that we want to talk about.
Speaking of boys basketball, the boys basketball team took on the girls volleyball team in a volleyball match. Now, you would think that all the power and height that the boys would have would be a distinct advantage.
You would be wrong also.
I would be wrong in that. But, so, what a night that was. Big crowd.
It was a huge crowd. It was very well attended. So props to you who showed up. I've got quite a bit to say about this event.
Right.
I was there and I recorded the event on my phone.
Yeah.
Okay. And first of all, there were two matches. The first match was the JV boys team versus the JV girls team. And I'm going to say, wasn't much of a match.
No.
It was. There's no way else to describe it, Jerry. The JV girls kind of destroyed the JV boys.
Something
they gave a valiant effort.
Yes,
Okay, it wasn't for a lack of effort. And they had Coach Ross. I noticed Coach Ross was sitting on their bench, but I didn't think he was much help.
Well, they couldn't go into that full court press,
No.
that trap. The girls,
They couldn't use their speed either
No,
to run
I
up
mean,
and down the court.
put it this way, the girls gave them lunch.
Yeah,
And we'll get into that one a little bit later.
yeah.
Eating
So-
the volleyball.
Yeah, so they in the JV match, congratulations to the girls. They went there and they handled their business.
Yes, they did.
Now, slightly different in the varsity match. So again, it was varsity boys versus varsity girls
Yes.
volleyball. Okay? First of all, here's how it started out. I think Keaton Mikesell had a mental lapse because his first hit went right up to the basketball net. He thought he was playing basketball. And then I saw Carson Scoretti and Grant Luby. They were looking around. They were wondering, hey, if that ball goes through the hoop, is that worth two? I noticed you were the guest referee.
Yes, I was.
All right, you straightened them out real
Yeah,
quick on that.
straighten them out.
So they got back to playing volleyball, and in the first set, it wasn't looking very good for the boys.
Well, the boys got down 17-2.
Yeah, they did.
And they just blocked an attack for a point. And the front row's talking trash to the girls. I'm like, guys, you're down 17-2. You can't talk trash.
From then on, it was a whole lot of swagger from the boys.
Yeah.
Okay, they felt pretty good being down 17-3 at that
Yeah.
point. They were feeling pretty good about themselves, but not to be. Girls took care of business.
Yes, they did.
Okay, in the varsity game, I noticed all the boys basketball coaches were hiding out on the
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
They recruited Caleb Harmon to coach. They wanted him just in case it turned into a debacle.
And I told Caleb, I said, you know what, you guys might have won that if you had better coaching. And he's like, what can you do with this? I'm like, okay.
So anyways, the first set went to the girls. The boys did mount a little bit of a comeback, but they lost that one 25-9, which in volleyball, that's a blowout.
That's a blowout.
So second set, totally different. Boys came out, they were determined that they were gonna be better. And they were. They were actually up for a little bit of that one. It was neck and neck there for a while, Jerry.
Yeah, well then the girls put on a serving clinic.
Yeah.
A serving clinic, and
We had guys like Peyton Lumpkin. I'm thinking Peyton's, he's probably looking for a plastic surgeon today because his face was on the floor a lot.
oh, he was on the floor after balls, which is no different what he does in basketball.
Yeah. He took that mentality right to the volleyball court. Ben Deitch was all over the place,
Yes, he was.
diving. They made some good plays. Props to them. But then we have to come to our Geico play of the game.
Oh, yeah.
This was probably at this point in the game, Jerry, the match was tied.
Yeah.
17-17, something like that. It's very close.
Yeah.
All right. But then we had the turning point in the game. So we're going to bring to you the Geico or Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, whichever you want to call it, play of the game. This is with the turnaround. So we're going to roll that tape right now. It is out. So we're all tied up at 17. Nobody's taking any timeouts. All right, there's a nice return by Luby. Oh, Lumpkin off his chin again. He's using that chin as a weapon. Michaela Day with a nice, and Ben Deitch brings it back over. Play on. Neely grabs it right down, Faust. Raiden Faust looking for his teeth. Timeout. We got to find Raiden's. Oh, we do have a timeout. They're going to look for Raiden's teeth. Somebody find his teeth. They might be on the floor. He took that right off his molars. My goodness gracious. That was a tremendous hit by Neely.
Well, Rick, I feel the pain there.
Let's be glad Raiden's not our kid. Who wants to pay that dental bill?
Oh
Jerry?
my gosh.
There's no way you want to pay that bill.
Well, he got rocked.
But they were all good sports about
Yeah.
it. I thought, man, actually in that second set, hey, these guys can play a little volleyball if they knew how to play.
Yeah.
They haven't been coached. They came out there cold. Again, they started with a lot of swagger, all right? Humbled in the first set, but they did come out in the second set. They lost the set,
Yeah.
right? And the girls eventually won, but it was a lot closer. I think they lost by 3 points in that
Yeah.
second set.
Well, then we go to the third set. Now this is the funniest, another funny part.
Now, this is an exhibition set,
Yeah,
all right?
exhibition set.
And I'm thinking at that point, my goodness gracious, boys must be a glutton for punishment here.
Well, and then a lot of the football team was sitting up behind the basketball.
And the crowd was boisterous throughout.
The boys had their own cheer block,
Yes, they had a cheerful.
and the girls had nothing.
No, they
So-
just showed up to play. That's all they did.
So anyway, so the boys go up 1-0, and the cheer block starts chanting scoreboard, scoreboard, and I'm thinking, you're up 1-0. You all right? We're good here.
But that was a close set. Again,
Yeah.
that was for exhibition
Yeah.
only. The girls showed their mercy because they said, we're going to cut it off at 15. We're
Yeah.
going to beat you to 15 this time. So.
Yeah. So it was ended up 15, 9, 10, something like that.
It was close. It
Yeah.
was close. But I will say, Jerry, props to all the people
Yeah.
that showed up. It was a lot of fun.
It was a good time.
Kids had a lot of fun.
Kids had a ton of fun.
Yeah.
They were laughing, having a great time, and you know what? And this is what Northeastern's all about.
Yeah, it was the fans. We had quite a few fans in the stands. They showed up. They were boisterous. I think you heard a boo or two as a referee.
Oh, I heard one or two.
Yeah, but what you guys have to understand, Jerry's been refereeing for a long time. He's all about being booed. As a matter of fact, I think he called his wife earlier to check what's for supper, and she booed. So he's used to being booed. He's not going to be swayed by crowd noise. So.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite commercials on television. Where does that referee learn how to take that abuse? It's one of my favorite commercials. But the volleyball game was great.
Yeah, hopefully this will become an annual event.
Yeah.
I think we should make it an annual event, raise a little money for various things that we do here. So props to all the kids, props to the coaching staff, props to all the people that showed up because you were great. They were boisterous. I love that when the crowd participates. And it was a lot, and it was competitive. They were, you could see, especially in the second set for the boys varsity. Hey, we got to stop embarrassing ourselves here. We got to come out and play. And they came out and played. Weren't quite able to get over that hump. Girls win the official match 2-0. So they've got bragging rights for a year.
Yes, they do.
And so next year they'll have to, see if the boys can redeem themselves. We'll see how that goes. But hopefully this becomes an annual event because it was a lot of fun.
Well, Rick, I don't think we have anything else left on the
We're kind of between seasons here right now.
between seasons and between things going on academically at school and
This is Saturday. This is Saturday morning as we're recording this. There is a damsel event, and we're going to bring some information about that on our next video.
next week.
And so we'll have a lot to say about that right there.
Well, I think we'll see everybody again on the 8th for Nightline. And don't forget, tomorrow the 2nd, Knights of the Round Table. And I'm telling you, it's good.
Yeah, you don't want to miss that. I mean,
Yeah.
we had a lot of good back and forth, a lot of conversation. You get an insight that you don't normally get as a fan from the coaches
Yeah.
right there. They were great, gracious enough to participate. I think they liked it too.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to enjoy that. So, watch that on this YouTube channel right here. That will be coming out November 2nd.
Yeah.
That's going to drop, as they say in the business. So look for that on Tuesday, November 2nd, and that's going to be great. So,
And it will be on YouTube. It'll say Nightline, Knights of the Round Table, or you can just go to Jerry Middleton, Northeastern High School, and all of our shows will pop up.
I think that's it,
I
Jerry.
think that's it. Well, for Rick Fletcher, I'm Jerry Middleton, and you know what? It's been another good night.